Everything for me, for me, for me. Baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. 'Cause baby, it's the everything for me, for me.
I told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, chosen ones, you already know I do have to give you that brief disclaimer, all right? So I only want you to take what resonates, and I want you to leave the rest behind. Thank you, KJ. All right, so I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't happen to get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, all right? So be patient with your process. Also, chosen ones, you already know my nose. I was about to say, my nose is a little sniffly right now, so excuse me because my allergies is kicking in. So you already know my voice is already raspy. So right now it might be a little worse. You want to say a little more raspy, a little more DMX. So excuse me in advance for my sniffling. You understand? As well as little moments where the rasp kicks in, all right? So let's get started. Chosen ones. As always, I do want to say thank you so much for all your love, like, share, subscribe, your gifts, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. I appreciate you because I don't always get to pause in the middle of my message to relay and say those things to you. So I appreciate you. When I post you on YouTube, I got you, all right? Now let's thank you, babies. Now let's jump in. Chosen ones, thank you, CC. The message for today is because you're in the middle of your manifestations, chosen ones. That means everything up until now that you've been praying for is getting presented to you. So some of the things you already let go, you close those doors. That could be the form of certain individuals. There's certain job positions that you let go. You already realized it wasn't for you, so on and so forth. Now all of a sudden they're going to reach out and try to contact you. Now I say this, baby, because again, your come up season has arrived, all right? So don't look at Karmics and feel like you on the same page as them, all right? Their storms is different than the storms that you about to see, all right? Their storms is to bring, basically, chosen ones, their storms is to bring certain clarity to things that they've been doing behind the scenes. And I'll say this briefly, right? As far as storms, chosen ones, the storms that arrive to you, that water, that rain that comes with it, that's the harvest, water certain harvest for you, right? So that's those tears, that's that sweat that you put in, so on and so forth, right? Chosen ones, I want you to realize in your storm, that water, it actually waters your harvest, right? So now you had so much fruit that's coming through. You have so many things that you planted seeds for that are now starting to bloom. So I want you to pay attention to that. Also, the storms that come with you, the wind, chosen ones, it's to clear out anything that was placed before you. So all of these little speed bumps that people try to send, all these ill intentions people were sending in, all of these people that try to stop you or block you from getting to where God told you that you're going to, I want you to realize that the storms in your, the wind that comes in your storm is actually going to move those out, right? So the storm that's coming around you, actually, chosen one, is going to be real fruitful for you, right? The storm for the people that you was connected to is different. See, those rains, chosen ones, those floods is going to bring everything up to the surface that was hidden. Thank you, babies. See, as far as those winds that they experience, chosen ones, that's to lift those veils so people can see their truth. So again, chosen ones, don't sit there and compare yourself to other individuals, because what you going through is because God is preparing certain things for you. So you have to get rid of the old in order for new things to come towards you. Everything's getting stripped from the past, people, based upon how they were, their ill intentions, the things that they did to get them, all right? So do not sit there and compare yourself with them, but let's talk. Now, I say this because, again, you're in the middle of the manifestations. Everything up until now is going to get presented to you. So that could come in the form of that old person that you once used to love or that you used to chase after. Now, all of a sudden, they're reaching out to you. Now, all of a sudden, they having a moment of clarity, and now they want to pursue you again, or they want to be with you. You have to know that you're not the same individual that you were. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you, babies. That you're not the same individual that you were when you were connected to them, all right? Now let's get into it. The first group that's going to arrive, chosen ones, we're going to talk about love, then we'll get into career, all right? So the first, chosen ones, you have multiple people that are going to attempt to pursue you. Again, a lot of them are going to reflect old ways that you used to have so that you don't go through them again, right? Other ones are going to be what you wanted at a certain point of time, but you realize that you outgrew them. Other ones are going to be as far as your true divine. Now let's talk. The first partner that you typically run into, thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you winning. Chosen ones, the first partner that you will run into is a karmic twin flame. Now, hear me out. Some of you want to know what a twin flame truly is. We're going to get into it, all right? So, as far as your first love that you may encounter, chosen ones, this is typically your karmic twin flame, all right? So, this is equivalent to somebody that could be like, seem like a close friend with you, that you romantically were interested in. You could feel like they get you. They've been the same places that you've been. That's trauma bonding, all right? Now, stay with me. Now, you typically meet your karmic twin flame first, right? Because that's where you come from. So that's equivalent to, let's take out the romantic side of this. This would be like your cousin, your brother, your homeboy, so on and so forth. That person that got certain ways to them that you don't really rock with, but again, you got love and loyalty for them, right? So again, you could see that this person's really not a terrible person, but they not acting the best that they can act. They not living up to their potential in a sense, right? So what happens, chosen one? You typically attract, thank you, baby. You typically attract your karmic twin flame first. So this is that person that initially when you meet them, you feel a strong bonds with them. This is when you initially meet them, you feel like this is your end-all be-all type of person, right? You telepathically could communicate with them. You could see, look at their face and see that they're going through certain things and bring it to their attention. You're somebody that knew how to calm them down when they on guard, when they on their beast mode, whatever the case may be, right? Now, chosen ones, I tell you that this is what used to be. This is a reflection of who you used to be, right? So that's like equivalent to like your family. You know how you got love for your family, but there's certain family members that are F-ups, right? So she would be cool if shorty didn't steal. So-and-so would be cool if he didn't always have his hand out. So-and-so would be cool if they wasn't always pessimistic. If this person, there's a lot of things that come with them, right? So you tend to find your twin flame, your karmic twin flame first, and you feel a true connection with them because, again, chosen ones, you're familiar with them based upon the past experiences that you had with them in other lifetimes, right? So this is almost like, again, take the romantic side out of it, even though it was. You sit there and think about it, how your brother could be cool, but he's a F up. You like, yo, I got to stay away from you. Your sister's cool, but again, she a stealing ass person. So you like, I got to have a distance from you. So your twin flame shows you where you come from. So how that used to be your family, or you was raised in the same place as them, you came from the same place of them, you did as far as the same things of them to a certain extent, right? But you have to walk away from them because, again, they're not bettering themselves. They staying complacent in it. So typically you find your twin flame first, chosen ones. Again, you feel an instant connection. You feel like that's your person. No, you just are real protective of them. You know what they went through, so therefore you try to help this individual. But if they don't help themselves, you have to walk away. So a lot of you encounter your karmic twin flame, and you feel like you have to stay. That's that runner and chase dynamic. If they're running from you, baby, they don't want to be selected by you. If you have to constantly show this person positive things on why they should select you, then they don't deserve you. Because chosen ones, the person who knows who you are going to know what comes with you, going to know that God sent you, and they're going to appreciate that. They're going to reciprocate that. They're going to embrace that. But some people feel like because they have a certain title, because they have a certain history with you, that they can carry you a certain type of way, and you're supposed to stick it out with these individuals. So that would be equivalent to how I tell you that, say your parents send you to a store, right? Stay with me, right? Say your parents send you to the store. Your parent will trust one of the siblings more than the other. So one of them will seem more mature than the other. So this one, you can trust giving them the money. They're going to go there, get what they need to get, and they're going to bring it back like they was instructed to do, right? So a lot of the chosen ones, God gave certain gifts. God gave certain privileges that this person would have access to through you, because he knew that he couldn't trust them. This is somebody that was easily distracted. This is somebody that would lose as far as their as the course that they was going into. So think about going to a store, right? You walking with your people, and that person, every time somebody walks past, they stopping and talking to them. Every time, you could be on a time restraint, this person just out here delaying, this person always stalling you, so on and so forth, right? So for your twin flame, it's equivalent to that. God trusted you with the abundance. God trusted you with the vision. God trusted you because he knew that you could complete this mission. So he gave certain gifts to you that you was given to this individual. That was that love. That was that protection. You speaking life into them. So that's what they was expecting. They were benefiting just by being with you. So again, they may have tried to instruct you to do things that God told you not to. So this is you getting abundance and them wanting you to break bread with them, and they spend the abundance on karmic shit. This is them wanting you to give them something for nothing. This is them always expecting something. This is somebody that was stalling you, delaying you from getting to where you was going to, and you end up getting in trouble because you already knew the mission. So this is God telling you, like, yo, listen, you already know that I told you that you got a future that you got ahead. You got children to have. You got this career you about to have. You got this position that you about to be in. You got people that's looking up to you, so on and so forth. So God's not going to allow this person that you're connected to continue to stall you. That's why he put the wealth in your hand. That's why these individuals, chosen ones, were immature, because when somebody was flashing certain flashy things in front of them, they went off course. Whole time, again, that was a distraction. You keep moving forward. So for your twin flame, a lot of you, God just has you see that person to see where you came from, so you can distinguish the two. So again, I give you an example. As far as me and my siblings, we went through similar things. Some of us had the same thing that we went through, but we decided to go different paths. That's equivalent to you and your family as well, where somebody could come from the same background as you, went through what you went through, but they chose to do life differently, right? One may have went the karmic way and allow what they went through to have them change as an individual negatively, and then the other one, chosen ones, took the circumstances that they went through and realized that it wasn't a reflection of them as an individual, and they moved on to better things, right? So we'll say this. So your first encounter that you've had was a karmic twin flame, all right? That was a twin flame. Again, it showed you where you came from, but they didn't have the ability to go to where you were going to. These were immature individuals, all right? So again, you had to let them go, or God had them walk away from you because he's seen that you wouldn't, right? Now stay with me. The next love that you typically encounter, chosen ones, are a soulmate. Now, all of this will make sense, I promise you, in the end, right? So the next person that you'll encounter typically is your soulmate. This is the person that holds the mirror up to you. So your soulmates are truly a reflection of you, right? So your twin flame reflects from where you came from, the cycles that you were used to be in. You understand? Be in past lifetimes, not the person that you are becoming, correct? So your soulmate is the person that it's almost like as you're going through that transitional stage, right? As you're going from one position to the next. So this is when you're bettering yourself, but you're not quite where you want to be. Or again, you're healing, but you're not completely healed from the things that you went through, nor the things that you see. So the soulmates that you encounter are people who will really hold that mirror up to you, right? Now, what do I mean? Now, some of them chosen ones, they again are a reflection of you or the things that you went through and you were willing to accept. So the soulmate will basically hold the mirror up to you and tell you, you still got to get yourself together in a sense, right? So your twin flame is where you started from. So this is almost like before you even get ready, right? Before you waking up, that's what a twin flame was. Before you even woke up, just you in the natural state. So you guys slob on your face, looking crazy, whatever the case may be, in a bad mood, whatever the case may be. Your soulmate is when you're in the process of getting ready. So they're going to hold that mirror up to you. So if you have abandonment issues, chosen ones, you'll typically attract somebody who has abandonment issues too. So you guys are a reflection of each other. Now, this is your soulmate because some of them, they'll show you what you need to work on, but they haven't quite perfected it. So if they went through abandonment issues, this individual may handle it differently than you or the same, right? So if you're somebody that people left you or you didn't have have parents around you and you feel by yourself and you have attachment issues, so you could want people around, but you could be so scared that they're going to leave you, or you're used to people choosing other individuals over you. So when you encounter them, that's how you start to carry them, right? So this is the person that you might start to push away, or they may start to push you away when you're trying to show love to them, right? This is a reflection because both of you do the same thing. This could be somebody that's real career oriented, right? Where you're career oriented too. So when it comes to you interacting with people, you may put your person to the side in order to get that bread, in order to get advanced, in order to get ahead, right? You may prioritize your finances over love. So what happens? You encounter your soulmate who holds that mirror up to you, who may do the same things that you do, but to you, right? So they may be real career oriented. They may not have time for you. They may not respond to you all the time. See, that's something that you told or expected the past person to accept for you, but now you see that it's an issue with it because it's being directed towards you, right? So this is something that God will have that person basically hold a mirror up to you, do what you do to other individuals so that you don't continue to create that cycle, so you remove yourself from it, right? So that's almost like you getting recorded and them saying like, yo, look at yourself, look how you really act, like look at how you really act, right? Soulmates hold the mirror up to you. Now, could you be with soulmates? Absolutely, chosen ones. The difference is that person has to be willing to see what they need to work on and actually work on them. So could you actually be happy with a soulmate? Absolutely. It's a growing process, right? So you have to have somebody with you, next to you, that grows at the same pace as you. Because a lot of you initially, when you met your partner, it was trauma bonding. When you met them, you were still growing. You were still healing. They had grew to their full potential. They were stuck in their ways. They was already stuck in stern that they wasn't going to change. So you had to keep cutting pieces of you down in order to stick around to this person. So that was like you accepting things that you didn't earn or deserve. So you wanted love, but because they didn't have the ability to grow that branch that gave love to you, you sat there and cut that piece off of you and accepted that you wouldn't get it because they couldn't give it, right? So it was you settling in a sense. So you again you were still growing, you were still healing, and when you met them, they were at their full potential, because you know plants grow differently, right? So you know how regular flower, a rose could grow like this, but a sunflower can get to certain heights that may not get, right? So on and so forth. So stay with me, right? I say this chosen ones because your soulmate, they're going to reflect not always positive things. It's work that needs to be done too. So again, a reflection of you, because you could say, oh, that's a beautiful person. You beautiful as well. You could say, dang, that person is so loving. Well, that's why you attracted them. You had that loving part of you too. But whether or not you're willing to accept it and reciprocate back to that individual, that goes based upon you. So your soulmate will show you exactly things that you need to work on. This is preparation. And I say this, chosen ones, because the highest of the high that you can get to pertaining to love is your kingdom spouse. This is the person that God was like, nope, I made you. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you, Deborah. So let me say this, chosen ones. As far as your kingdom spouse, that is somebody that when you finally heal you, you no longer allowing what you went through to restrict you. You're no longer holding other people accountable for what other people didn't do. You started to pour into you. So now you have the ability to pour into somebody that has the ability to pour into you as well, right? So it's an overflow. So your kingdom spouse is the highest of the high. That's when you finally seen where you came from and acknowledge that you're no longer that person, correct? That's also you realizing that you haven't always played the best position, that sometimes you were actually manifesting the things in that you were seeing. So although they may not have been the best circumstances for you, you have the ability to change certain steps that are for you, right? Or things that head towards you. So when you fulfill yourself fully and not expect somebody else to patch up those holes for you, both of you can enjoy each other, right? Because that's less work to do. So your kingdom spouse is when you finally are willing to let go of what you went through. And I say that, chosen ones, because some of you Have you been through experiences that were not right? Yes. Have you had somebody who didn't appreciate you? Did you have somebody that cheated on you? Did you have somebody that beat it on you? Somebody that manipulated you? Somebody that tried to suppress you? Somebody that depressed you? Somebody that expected things out of you that they wasn't willing to give to you? Absolutely. We're not going to downplay that. But we're also not going to act like you're still the person that you were when you went through what you went through. So when I ask you, have you been cheated on? If I ask you, have you been beaten on? When I ask you, have you been abandoned? The answer truly is no. Because I'm talking about the person right now that's presented in front of me, not who you used to be. You understand me? Not where you came from or what you used to tolerate. I'm talking about right now. So has this version of yourself been cheated on? Absolutely not. So why are you sitting there being paranoid like you have? Why are you feeling like you're going to expect the same thing? You have to have confidence that you're going to make a different selection than what you did before. Now you know your worth. Now you know you're worthy. Now you know that there are people out there that are willing to do the same things that you're doing for them. That you have to realize that some of the things that you were accepting was based upon the experiences that you encountered when you was a kid. You seen people just settling. You seen people not always express themselves lovey-dovey towards you. You've been encountering people that didn't acknowledge certain things for you. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. So I want you to realize that, chosen ones. You've been that, but you don't have to be that. You're no longer that. That's why I say you have to realize your twin flame is equivalent to where you came from, who you used to be. This is like that person again that you used to do dumb shit. You used to run around and do the same things as them, but you changed. These are the people that are stuck in their way. They're going to be 50 or 60, still talking about so-and-so ain't shit, still looking for the next person that they can hit, looking for the next person that they can get certain things from. They're going to be miserable. So I want you to think about that. Don't just think about where you came from. I want you to, or what you going through. I want you to discuss or think about where you going to. Does this person reflect that? You understand? Are you dating down in a sense? Are you dimming your light down? Because you're going to always be in survival mode if your ass is in the dark, chosen ones. Okay? Okay? Like, you have to realize that. Because some of these people, again, negativity, black magic, none of that can hit you as long as you stay your ass in the light. You know a Lion King where he like, yo, that's the zone that we don't go to. That's that area that we don't go to. We stay in the light. That's you. So don't allow people who's out here being pessimistic, people that are not pouring into you. Why are you chasing these individuals? Why are you trying to give the gift that God gave you to a demonic ass person? There's karma for that, baby. You can't give light to somebody who ain't living right, because now they writing under your light trying to attack somebody else. Now they coming up with plans because they're getting your help. Absolutely not. So there's karma with helping people that are not for you, that God feels like, again, are not going to be beneficial towards you. People that are there to rob, steal, and kill. You understand? So, chosen ones, if you want to, again, I promise you the links in my bio if you're confused or want to know whether or not, and whether or not somebody is a karmic or whether or not somebody has ill intentions, I got you. But you got to be ready for me to relate what I'm going to relate to you. You understand? Because there's some of you chosen ones, you already know that that's not your person. They cheated on you. That's the first thing. You want to know? My question is, did they entertain other people outside of you sexually, mentally, whatever the case may be? If they did, we going to exit their ass off the list. I'm going to just pluck it down quick for you, right? No, they cheated on you? Absolutely not. They running from you, meaning chosen ones. I'm not talking about when you first getting to know them and them trying to look at you, observe you too. No, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about the person for months, for years and years. It's a back and forth, in and out. 1 minute they showing love, the next minute they ain't got it. 1 minute they being lovey-dovey towards you, the next you got to ask what happened because they ain't acting that way. No. So if that in and out energy, that's not your person, because the person who's truly for you are going to want to stay in close proximity with you. They're going to know that once they have you in your life, everything in their life starts getting brighter. Everything in their life starts, certain benefits come with you being in it, right? So your true divine person is going to know who you are when they encounter you. And if they're not ready, they're going to get ready in order to be with you. You understand? It's not going to be waiting years for me to find out, oh, if you loved. No, you're not going to have to wait 5 years for an engagement ring or somebody want to marry you. You're not going to have to wait for this person to get their $1 million before they want to build with you. You're not going to have to wait for this person to get old and they pipe don't work for them to stop smashing everybody that they... No, absolutely not. So again, chosen ones, you want to select somebody that even when they have choices, they choose you. This is the individual that doesn't wait for things to go off or fall off for them. They choose you when they in their prime. They choose you when everything's shining. They don't wait till they going through storms to try to come towards you, right? So this is equivalent to those people that are going to want to include you with their celebration. As soon as something positive happens, they're calling you. As soon as certain good news comes through, they're calling you, right? So I will say that. I will say you'll know the difference. Because that past person, all of a sudden they fighting demons. That's when they want to come and visit. Fuck no. You're not going to keep showing up when you fighting demons and you going through shit so them demons done followed you to my crib. Absolutely not. That person that they don't call you when they up, when they got big bread. They calling you when they need to hold something. They not calling you to say, hey, how you doing? Because they truly care. They asking you so that they can start to relate to you what they going through so that you can help them get certain things healed. The people that keep calling you when they need a solution to their problems, but they don't call it when they then solve them and they excited. Absolutely not. You're not somebody's second choice or second selection. So chosen ones, I want you to realize it starts in the beginning as far as the seed that was planted from your parents, from your people that you surrounded yourself with. You're not going to be somebody that was always taken advantage of. No, somebody going to pour into you too. You're not going to keep sitting there giving love to this person who don't want it from you. That's like somebody not eating the things on their plate, and you, instead of giving it to this person who then ate their meal, ate their food, and they ready for that, they loved your cooking, so now they ready for that. You understand? You're going to give it to the person who still got a plate full and this other individuals are ready and available. And so if you give it to this other person who still didn't eat what you gave them, that's wasting them. So now, no. Absolutely not. And I mean that not just in a food basis. I'm talking about energetically too. Why would I keep pouring into somebody who don't want to be poured into? See, I done been there, chosen ones, where I try to persuade this person that they are worthy of love, that they earn love, that they should have love. You understand? There's been times, chosen ones, where you done sat there and took pieces that they were missing from you and gave to this individual. And what did they do? Going to the next person to give them to. And when they realized that they couldn't keep up the things that you had provided for them, that's when they want to come back and recharge and then go on to the next. Absolutely not. That's why I say chosen ones. The past is the past. If you're wondering who you're supposed to be with, there's some of you chosen ones again. Ask me like, oh, well, if it's from the past, I'll help you out. You ain't even got to come to me real quick for that. That's only your question. If they are from the past, they not your person. Absolutely not. The person who was for you, there's no meaning of a right person at the wrong time, because even the person who's not ready is going to get ready if that's a place that they want to go to. And I always give this example. Think about you at your house. You chilling. You ain't got nothing going on. You sitting there looking, thinking about things that you wanted to get into, but again, they didn't get presented to you, so you chilling, right? So you could have your house clothes on, you in some slot, whatever the case may be, you chilling, right? All of a sudden, somebody pull up. And they like, hey, yo, listen, you want to go ride with me? And you like, where you going to? And they say wherever they going, and that's appealing to you. So this could be equivalent to something that's, you want to go to the store with me? Oh, all right, cool, shit. That's better than sitting here. Hey, yo, you want to go to this event with me? You want to go out to dinner with me? You want to go out to eat with me? Whatever the case may be. See, up until that point in time, you may not have felt like that opportunity was going to get presented. So that could be equivalent to that job that you're waiting for, that house that you're waiting for, that car that you're waiting for, that person that you're waiting for. You fit it in where it fits in, right? So, chosen ones, if you're not ready, you're going to get ready if that's the place that you want to go to. What you going to start to do? Asking questions like, hey, yo, what you gotta wear? What's the dress code? They tell you, if you got it, you got it. You understand? You go ahead. You may not have all that time to get ready. That's why I'm saying, chosen one, some of you, if God already told you what you about to do, you have ability to get prepped. So if God already said that you about to move and you ain't know where that house is yet, you could be getting boxes and start boxing up your shit so that therefore when that house opportunity gets presented, you are ready to move. You understand? Some things God waits at the last minute to tell you based upon who's around you. You understand? So again, God's calling you like, hey, yo, you want to go ride with me? You got all these people around you. You asking questions. God's like, who you got around you? You like, oh, so-and-so here, so-and-so's here, I'm chilling with so. God's like, hey, yo, listen, you trying to ride with me or not? And you like, yeah. God's like, all right, you got to get rid of them real quick. Like, if you want to go to, tell them that you about to go handle something, or tell them that you gonna holler at them later, because God's like, nah, I got a ticket for you, I got this opening for you, I got this opportunity for you, I got this abundance for you, I got this, whatever the case may be, for you. Not everybody that you connected to, they can't have that. So therefore, I got this for you. I knew that this is something that you looking forward to. So that's almost like somebody having giving you tickets to an event that you always wanted to go to, but you never thought that you can afford it. This is that somebody inviting you to a party that you always wanted to go to, but you never thought the opportunity will get presented to you. This comes in various forms. So God's going to ask you who you got around you. Oh, why you got that hating ass sister that every time you go around, or that hating ass homegirl that every time you'll go around places, they got to be the center of attention. As soon as somebody starts looking at you, now they want the attention on them. This is that person that starts talking crazy shit. As soon as they get around certain people, they don't know how to act. This is that person that, again, is not equivalent to you. They not your match. So guys, like, who you got around you? Nah, they can't go. That's that mother that always got their hand out. Every time you have it come up, they coming to you with certain things that they need you to do. Absolutely not. You're not even living your life. Your shit's restricted because you spending your finances on them. You coming up with excuses on why you can't buy things for you. It's because you got to make sure that you have enough money for it when that individual comes to you. Absolutely not. So start living your life, right? So God's going to ask you who you around. All right, well, see, so-and-so, yeah, you're going to have to find somebody. They're going to have to find a place to go. See, there's some of you chosen ones that will be like, no, I don't want to leave them. I'll keep them there because that's petty. Whole time, they only staying at your crib, or they only around you because they waiting for somebody else to get ready. So that's equivalent to your people, your friends, they waiting on their people to get ready or come pick them up. So they got to come stay at your house because it's convenient for them. Or that's equivalent to that person that really don't want to be with you, but they waiting for that person to be available to them. So they going to leave you as soon as somebody else is showing attention towards them. This is that job position that as soon as something comes up for you that you can't show up like they want you to do, they're going to find somebody else that can, right? So I will say that, chosen ones. God's like, pay attention to who you have around you. Don't miss this out just because they there. Tell their asses to go find somewhere else to go. My aunt used to tell me, you ain't got to go. Well, she ain't tell me, but she used to tell this around individuals. And guess what? I see why. But she used to be like, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. That's what it is. So for certain people, chosen ones, it don't matter where they going to. It don't matter. They can't be here with you. They can no longer be around you. You understand me? So just know that. Now, with me saying that, chosen ones, God's asking you who's around you because they can't go with you. He wants you to leave from around these individuals, right? So that's like, again, if it's a place that you want to go to, you going to get ready, right? So God calls you, like, you want to take that ride? You like, cool. You tell so-and-so around you that they can't. Excuse me again, chosen one. Sorry, my allergies is messing up. I don't like that sniffling. I know that's dirty, but you know, it is what it is. But I will say this, chosen ones, as far as that, there's certain individuals, again, you're going to have to walk away from them in order for you to get to where you're going to. So that abundance is going to come through. That opportunity that's going to get presented to you. That love that's going to come through. Some of y'all got homegirls that talk you out of relationships. Sometimes y'all got parents that got opinions on the person that you should be selected, and they ain't even choose the right person. How they going to tell you how to love and they chose somebody who don't even love them? They only in it for the finances. How they going to tell you what happiness look like, and they 80, 60, 50, 40, they still miserable. So therefore, you live for you. Nobody could tell you how to live for you. Nobody got the same glasses or is equipped like you. You've been trying to live in the blueprint of everybody else, and you built differently. So you better follow certain things yourself. But God guides you, that's where you go to. You understand me? You ain't chasing no individual, because if you chasing them, that means they don't want to be caught. So absolutely not. Also know your worth. It ain't no dating down. You date based upon where you're going to. And I say that, chosen ones, because again, if that person's going in the same direction as you, that's cool. They may not be established when you meet them, but you know that they're going to. However, there's some of you chosen ones that selecting certain partners that, again, dumbed down. They ain't gonna give you love, affection, attention. They ain't gonna acknowledge you. They out here cheating. They out here freaking. They out here creeping. They ain't gonna do shit but bring you back something negative, whether that's demons or diseases. Absolutely not. So again, chosen ones, you got this. But I'm gonna get up off of here because I do have a coaching session to do. Please know the links in my bio, babies. If you want to know if that person is a karmic, I got you. If I will come back a little later, so maybe like, you know, like in an hour or so to do as far as how you know positions are karmic too. But I'll just say this. If you want to know if that position's for you, does it align with things that are for you? Does it make sense? Is that position for you? Do the hours align for the hours that you need to pick up your kids or the things that you need to do? Does it seem like, again, it aligns with everything that God told you that you're about to be doing? Do you feel like you got peace there? You're going to have to give up peace for profit. If it is anything negative, then you're not supposed to have it. That's not yours. So if you already, before you even got to start, you sitting there freaking out because you don't know how you're going to have this or do that, that's not for you. God said that the person, in the position that gets presented is going to bring you peace. It's going to be something that when everything else is around you that's chaotic, you're going to feel at peace. You're going to know that you're making the right direction, regardless if you can fully see the picture or not. You know, you see that little beam of light and God's telling you to keep walking and you keep going. You understand me? But I love you so much, chosen ones. I'm going to get up off of here. I do have a few coaching sessions to do, but again, the links in my bio. You want to add something, I got you. That's what I'm here for, all right? So again, I love you so much. I'm gonna post this on YouTube. Thank you for all of y'all that was gifted. It definitely, I believe, shows me the top 10. So if you gifted and it doesn't show me your name, I appreciate you, all right? I love you. I'm sending all that light to you. Y'all have a beautiful Friday, a beautiful weekend. If you need me, you know how to receive me, all right? Be great. Thank you, babies. Thank you. Love you too.